Last time on the Strings of Fate podcast, you see on the counter that there is a note left for you there. Not kidnapped, just exploring. Keep this between us. XOXO. Azzy. So, what do you have?
Give me something that can clear my mind.
They were the travelers with DeVille. They were the ones who came in with them. Oh, you know DeVille then? Him and Delilah both started in Lunastra as snag racers.
Delilah?
I realize I never asked what your relation to DeVille was.
We're together, in a romantic sense.
I wonder if he's told Rowan that he's here. You know, you should always take time to see your mother.
His mother? Where's the apartment?
You know what? She might like the company. Here, if you wanted to give her a visit. She loves talking about him as much as she says that she thinks he's a snot-nosed brat. The streets are fairly empty at this time. It must truly be quite late into the night. You found yourself on this narrow road between the Harvest District and the Gibbous Quarter, and you are being followed.
What?
You see, there's a couple things that you've done today that most people who are from here wouldn't do.
What are you talking about? I just got here.
Listen, this is nothing personal. Our boss just told us to rough you up a bit.
Do you want to die?
As this escalation is coming to a head, there is about 2 hours until the morning bell rings. The art of taking a hostage is quite complex. You quickly realize, Azram. There's certainly a lot of micromanagement that goes into the process, much more than you'd expect. 3 bad guys, 4 if you count the one you've got choked out, and your eyes dart as the others aren't backing down. Managing their fear, their panic, and their rage. All important metrics to tell whether or not this is going well. So, to start, I would like you to roll initiative. We're not jumping directly into combat, but I'd like for there to be a certain turn order to this as we are still negotiating.
20.
Perfect. You're going to go first then. So, to start us off, Azram, you have got one of these snag racing gang members in this sort of chokehold because you pulled him in with your lightning lure. The other 3 have surrounded you on the left, the right, and in front of you and are trying to decide on what to do next. What do you do?
So I have one in a chokehold, and there are 3 surrounding me.
Right, left, and in front of you. No one behind you as you're kind of being backed into, against a wall, basically.
And they don't seem fazed by the fact that I have someone in a chokehold?
Oh, they're fazed, but they're not backing down.
Okay.
They're hesitating, but they're not completely we're going to take this guy on. You see from around you, these 3 are beginning their approach hesitantly as you're holding on to one of them, readying another one of those chain bolo situations from their bag. What are you doing?
I'm going to be now, if you want, we can talk about things. I know that you guys didn't seem interested in talking, but I promise I'm not a violent person. I'm actually quite understanding. So, what do you want from me?
The one in your arms, guys,
I lose. tighten
no
the
pressure,
grip.
Nothing.
Tighten the grip on his neck, and I say, "Shut up, Charlie."
That's not my name.
It's your name now.
Okay. Come help Charlie. Charlie's having a bad time right now.
You see, guys, Charlie's having a bad time. Don't you guys want me to, as I like continue to tighten the grip, I'm like, don't you just want to see Charlie be able to go home and hang out with you guys tonight at the pub and
Charlie wants to go home.
put all of this behind?
Charlie would love a drink right now.
Charlie, shut up.
Okay. As the three are kind of approaching and say, listen, we don't want any trouble. Just, you're right. We came at this the wrong way. Why don't you release Charlie and we will restart our negotiation here. Okay?
Well, how about we restart the negotiation, and if I like the outcome, I'll release Charlie.
Make an intimidation check.
Cool.
What do you get?
27.
You see them kind of falter as they're kind of keeping their hands close to their weapons, but I'm not entirely sure what to do as you are slowly choking their friend out, who is now named Charlie. As they say, okay, it's fair. It's a fair ask, everyone. Let's just we'll back off for a second here. Listen, we came here, you slighted our boss. He wanted us to rough you up a bit, maybe, see what kind of person you were. And clearly you're a little bit stronger than we initially had assessed.
A little bit. Are you saying that I couldn't kill all four of you right now? Are you doubting that?
Going off that previous intimidation check, he kind of backs off. He says, I don't know that.
Look
for
me in
sure.
the eyes. Do you think you can take me?
I mean, I don't know if I could confidently say that one-on-one that I could take you. But there's three of us, and there's one of you. Well, four of us if you count Charlie. He said, please don't count me out just yet. I'm still strong. I'm still very strong, boss. And he said, Charlie, shut up. I got this.
Fuck Charlie. I did 3d8 of damage to Charlie, by the way.
Yeah, I have it marked down. He's real fucked up. He's really having a bad time. Listen, there's three of us here, and there's one of you. So, I know you're probably strong. You probably got a chance at killing at least one of us, and none of us want to die here. But I feel like you're making things worse for yourself right now with this situation, when clearly we could just be having a nicer conversation somewhere else. Wouldn't you agree?
Do you normally attack people in the middle of what fucking time is it? Like, ass crack of dawn? Do you normally just come up and you, ambush people that you just want to have nice chats with?
Yeah, pretty much. It worked out for us before. Usually we're a little bit more savvy on those things, and usually people aren't so brave. But I gotta commend you, honestly. You seem like a nice guy. You're pretty brave. You're pretty good with the magic. Commend you for that one, fully.
So how about you take me to your boss? Charlie, doesn't that sound like a great idea? I say as I just tossle him.
Maybe. It sounds like a pleasant idea. Anything is better than this currently. I says, Charlie, hold on. So yes, I did put meeting the boss on the table, but there needs to be some exchange here so that
I can kill
assess
one of you, and then that will make it so you really need to take me to your boss, right?
Okay. Listen, none of us want to die. I'm just going to reiterate this.
Well, you shouldn't ambush people on the street if you're not prepared to die.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That tracks. That really tracks. Yeah. Good point. I'm going to put that in the notes here. Next time we do an ambush, be prepared to die. We can't take you there if you're strong and you're gonna hurt the boss. I don't want that to be on me.
Is your boss scared?
No, he's
He's scared.
our boss.
Do you think that I could take your boss?
No. Maybe. No. Maybe. Whether you could take him is beyond the point. If you were to just show up with all of us with our tails between our legs, it doesn't matter either way. We're going to get beat to shit by either you or the boss. So I'd rather be beat to shit by you, where I think maybe I could beat you, when I definitely can't beat the boss.
Okay, I'll let all of you guys go on one condition. Strip.
Make a intimidation check. Disadvantage, please.
20.
Make a perception check as well, if you would, for me, while I roll these. Oh, wow, not good. Okay, it's not
16 on perception.
bad. Are you serious?
Yeah.
These are nice clothes!
Sure.
Make a deck save for me.
18.
Two of them begin to begrudgingly start to take off their garments and discard them. And as one of them is doing it, he kind of goes like, and sort of throws one of these chains at you, which you are able to just sidestep as it against the wall. And this, as he's like,
No, you come here. Come here.
he begins to kind of march up to you. A few things happen all at once. You hear this as 3 bolts of chromatic eldritch force crash into the side of the 3 that are standing in front of you as they're approaching, sending them flying and just hitting the floor. You see their faces go pale as they just buckle over with pain, hitting the ground with this unceremonious thud. Still up, it's like, oh, what the hell? In front of you, there is a swirl of flame that appears, and in it, a caster, adorned in clothes that are far more fashionable than you may have been expecting. A long dark coat, an overlaying vest and buttoned shirt, with a few shining accessories here and there for taste, and a darker purple-skinned individual with long, textured, sort of silverish hair that he lets loose on his shoulders. And there is like a seriousness across his face, punctuated with a amused smile as he looks at you. His eyes hit yours. It's the first thing you notice. There's still scarring around the area, but looking back at you are these beautiful eyes of a multitude of shifting colors in an almost reptilian shape as he looks and says, Azrim, I assume that you had this handled, but now it's just starting to get sad. He smiles at you as Dresden kind of adjusts his coat and says, stand up, you 3.
No fucking way. What are you doing here?
I'm here on business. Following you is part of that business. Hope you don't mind.
I mean, we can talk about this later.
We can talk about this later. Hey, stand up, you 3, now. They kind of sheepishly get up to their feet now, but all of them taking, like, let's see how much damage he did to each of them. Oh, shit. Like 15 damage each, as they are like, that hurts so much.
Yeah, I can do that too, so you better fucking back off.
Yeah, let's round them up, Azrim. Shall we? Let's go through the initiative with Dresden as a part of it really quickly. This shouldn't take too long.
Screaming and shitting right now.
The three of them. There is this collective morale check that I've done, and it's real low after all that damage. You see them start to turn tail and start to run, and Dresden says, we probably don't want them to do that. So, let's see. You hold on to that one, but can you take at least one or two of those guys?
Yeah, I got you.
Sure. Let's start from the top of the initiative. Azram, as they're running, how are you going to restrain at least 2 out of 3 of them, or one of them?
I'm going to try to wrap my whip around one of their ankles.
Make an attack roll for me, please.
I got a 20.
The whip flies out and wraps around the ankle as one of them is just sort of stuck. He's like, ah, guys, he's got me. As he sort of trips and falls to the ground. You have one of them in your whip. 2 of them are going to make shots with their crossbow at you and Dresden. Well, you first. Second one doesn't hit, but the first one does hit on you, Azram. As you take... not that much. 7 points of damage.
Oh.
And from a crossbow bolt that basically just wings you in the side. He's going to upcast Hold Person on both of them, Dresden, as he launches. Let's do some saves. Natural 1. And another fail there. You see Dresden raise his left arm. And it goes from regular gloved into this sort of strange chromatic scaling energy. Just these scales, basically, that wrap up the arm. And both of them are held in place as they're running. Just... Dresden sort of takes a breath and says, okay, now that we've got that settled, how have you been?
I say as I'm like holding one whip with like some dude crawling and like still have some guy in a chokehold. Honestly, it's been a crazy couple of months, dude. I have so much to catch you up on.
I see. Let's move these fools somewhere else and let's catch up and take a quick break there.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Michelle.
Welcome to the Soft Pod holiday special
commercial break.
Special holiday
commercial break.
And Michelle, thank you so much for joining us for your first break.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Honestly, I'm really excited to be here.
And on such a fantastic episode, too.
I completely agree.
That new character.
Kinda spicy.
Well, I'm sure we'll find more out about him later.
Oh, well, I sure hope so.
But in the meantime, let's get back to the Christmas holiday break special.
Yeah, so what do we got up first?
Well, first, Michelle, did you hear that the Strings of Fate were holding a holiday sticker giveaway?
You know, I did hear something about that.
And 3 lucky people won.
Oh my god, well, who won?
Well, it was K2_cosplay on Instagram, Grace Griffin Art on Instagram, and Tired_teapot on Twitter.
Well, congrats to the lucky winners.
Yeah, good for them.
Oh, and you know who made those stickers?
Who?
Our lovely sponsor, Dungeon Depths.
The same Dungeon Depths that provides quality gaming supplies with character?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one.
I love their shop.
Same.
And you know what the crazy thing is about Dungeon Depths? If you go to shopdungeondepths.com and use code SOFTPOD at checkout, you're going to get 10% off.
That's a great deal.
Right? And actually, you know what goes on pre-order today, Michelle?
What?
The SoftPod holiday stickers.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so if you want them, if you go to shopdungeondepths.com, you can pre-order them.
And I'll get 10% off if I use code SOFTPOD?
Yes, but you got to make sure you act fast because the pre-order, it's only open for a week.
A week?
A week.
So just like Friday the 11th to Friday the 17th?
Yeah, just 1 week. So if you want your SoftPod holiday fill, better run over to shopdungeondepths.com. And speaking of people who support our show, we've gotten to the part of the break where we shout out some of our lovely patrons. This week we have Cherry, Katie, Rowan, Elliot, and Neerja.
Thank you all so much for being patrons and supporting the show. If you're looking for the best way to directly support the show, consider subscribing to our Patreon.
You can get access to things like our blooper reels or like early access to one-shots or maybe some exclusive art of some hot people.
Hot people.
So consider checking out our Patreon. The link's down in our description or in our link trees on our social media.
Speaking of ho ho ho, next weekend we're going to be at Holiday Matsuri.
Not only are we going to be there, Michelle, we actually have a panel on Saturday the 18th at 12:45 in Panel Room Los Angeles.
Yeah, and actually I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about building characters and storytelling through D&D. It's going to be a really fun experience.
Yeah, so if you're going to be at Hallmat, come check us out.
And no break is complete without giving a good old shout out to our friends in the soft chord.
Hey besties,
Hey,
what's
guys.
good?
In our community Discord, we have a live chat. And so every Friday we get together, we listen to the episode, and we play bingo, actually.
That's not a lie. Actually, we play bingo every week. So if you like bingo
and soft pod, of course.
and soft pod and maybe bingo flavored soft pod,
Yeah.
then
You should come.
And we couldn't mention the soft chord without giving a shout out to our amazing mod team. They help organize and lead so many community events like the bingo.
So thanks to the mods for honestly everything. You guys do so much for us, and it's truly insane how much effort you put into our Discord. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Well, Michelle, I think that concludes the break. You made it through your first one. How do you feel?
I feel accomplished. I feel a little sad.
And full of holiday cheer.
Definitely full of holiday cheer.
And thank you all so much for listening to the first ever Soft Pod holiday
The holidays special
Christmas break,
the break special.
where the episode may not be holiday themed.
It's not like a holiday special episode.
It's no, that's the episode is
not
a
to be
completely
confused. Yeah, no,
normal
we're
episode.
not trying to mislead you.
But the break
The break is though.
is full of festive cheer.
Oh, but this isn't the last episode of the year or anything.
Oh no, we still have one more episode
Yeah,
coming
next
out.
week.
Next week, but then after that, we are
Then
going
we're on break.
We are going on a holiday break
Holiday break. But will you see us here before the end of the year again?
in the special holiday break spot.
Maybe.
Maybe ask us next week.
But until then,
Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the episode.
bye.
Allow me to do a brief introduction of myself. Once upon a time, there was a warlock.
You're gonna kill us. We saved your asshole.
You're
Not that one. One who is a part of a certain shadowy organization, one that we really don't like the name of anymore. He decided to take on a job traveling with the Strings of Fate. Terrible decision, really. And fast forward, he found himself becoming an ally to them. Another questionable decision. Shared goal with their rogue to depose of his boss connected all of them. And there were a tense couple of moments here and there, but all in all, he's still surviving, balancing hunting down members of his former organization and developing a sense of humor. But, well, basic rundown of me. As we go back into the story, fast forwarding just a little bit in time, you've pulled these members into this. Dresden's kind of led you to this kind of like a construction site, basically, and kind of tosses them in. They are scared shitless, like literally skittering on the floor as Dresden makes his way over and then just sits down on a crate, looking over them and says, I feel like you have a knack for getting yourself into trouble.
Innocent until proven guilty, Dresden. Innocent until proven guilty. I don't know what these little fuck rats want from me.
Well, I not sure either, but it might work out for both of us. Listen, fuck rats. Can you go to sleep? He says as he smiles at them, and you see I'm going to roll some... I'm going to actually use it on here to roll some dice. They have such low health it doesn't even matter. He casts a spell, and you see their hit points are low enough that they just kind of fall asleep there. He says, with this... Oh, I have to roll an augment roll because he's trying to do it for longer. Okay, cool. With this, they'll be out for a little bit. Gives us some time to talk. And you can get your hands off that guy's throat. He looks like he's just about unconscious.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yep, we'll wake him up in a second.
I drop him to the ground.
It's been a couple of months. How is it, like half a year at this point?
I know, it's been fucking forever, dude. What are you doing out here?
I wish I could say it was a surprise that I'm seeing you here, but I already clocked you guys walking around a little bit, and, well, no easy way to say it. I've kind of kept my distance, but when you left on your own, I thought it would be a good chance to catch up.
Are you, like, following us?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
not on purpose. Well, yeah, on purpose.
Like, did someone tell you to follow us?
No.
You're not working with...
No.
Are you lying to me? Because do you know what happened in Weldon?
I heard. That's kind of why I'm here. Not good stuff. You can check me if you want. If you got magic to check.
Yeah, no, I don't. I trust you.
That was fairly simple.
I'm a simple guy, Tristan.
All right. Well, I hope you don't mind. I don't think any of your friends are going to come looking for you. I feel as though I've made it a convincing case for where you went.
What do you mean?
To add to the creepy factor, I'm very sorry about this. I left a note in your stead.
Tristan, I don't care.
Oh, thank God. This is why I wanted to talk to you first. I knew you'd be very understanding about this. I'm not fully ready to talk to the rest of the party yet. I promised Ladara that we'd get in contact when I was ready to take on Garrick, and I'm not fully ready, as you can see. There's still a couple of matters I have to take care of, but I hope you don't mind, but maybe you'd like to tag along on some business?
What kind of business?
I assume that you may have figured out at this point about, and he lifts up his arm, basically, some unsettling information about the nature of our bond with Invictus.
Oh, I've heard about the eyes.
It's not great. And currently, because of that, Garrick definitely knows where we both are and that we're together and talking with each other.
Oh, you see, I put a sleeve on mine. I like wrapped it up in bandages so you can't see anymore. It's like kind of muffled sound too.
I don't think that's how it works.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wait, really?
I feel like if his ultimate plan could be figured out by wearing long sleeves, I mean that's just pretty big oversight.
But then what am I supposed to do? Get rid of my arm?
No, and that's why I'm here. I have a way to help you out with this if you've got time to help me.
Okay.
And you have some kind of luck following you because we're going to need these fools to do it.
Okay.
You're kind of on the right track with what you were saying earlier. We should meet with their boss, and they're going to be very cooperative, he says, as he moves over to Charlie and just kind of just slaps him in the face as he's...
I wish I was Charlie.
He pulls him up with one arm and says, "Hey, morning to you. Sorry for the rude awakening. You're going to be listening in for the rest of this conversation, so listen tight." He says as he kind of throws him back down, gets to the ground, just, "Well, you're going to kill us. Please don't kill us." He said, "We're not going to kill you." I'm trying to take a page out of your book, Azrim, and be a bit more light in my conversation. A lot less threatening and murdering, and a little bit more... Well, actually, you do a lot of threatening and murdering, too. but maybe like...
I've never murdered anyone. Oh, I've maybe...
Come on. I think I've been there for a few of the murders.
Okay, you got me. You got me.
Okay, all right. I'm not judging. Here. Listen here. What's this guy's name?
Charlie.
Charlie.
And that one is Susie. And that one is Steven. And that one is Lisa.
Susie, Steven, Lisa. Okay, all right. Interesting. It's wild that they gave you all of their first names.
Yeah, we're really close.
He basically just like crouches down on top of Charlie, like pulling him back up by the collar, as he's like, all right, listen here, Charlie, you and your buddies here are going to take us to see your boss, and he is going to take us to see the ferryman.
The ferryman?
Yeah, it's a whole situation, but we're gonna get into some unusual stuff, so I hope you don't mind taking a bit of a detour with me.
Yeah, let's go. I didn't have anywhere else I needed to be. I wasn't roaming the streets or anything.
It seemed like you were headed somewhere. Don't want to take you away from business if it's important.
I don't think it's important.
Well, what is it?
Do you know? Actually, do you know anything about Deville?
Oh yeah, I mean, we worked together. We were, working for this siege in Waterdeep. We were on the same team. We were on your side. We went to the Astral Sea together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there for all that, so you don't have to say that was once. Just wondering if you knew anything outside of that.
What am I supposed to know? Because I saw you and him.
Oh my god, you literally were stalking us.
No, I don't. Not that. I didn't see that. I just assumed that probably was happening.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
I'm talking about, you acting a little bit more affectionate towards him. I thought that maybe that was what was going on. Which, honestly, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, so Deville and I are together.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out he's from here. And I was just going to maybe visit someone from his past, but also I wasn't really sure if I shouldn't go. Do you think that I should go?
It's like 6 a.m.
I know. Is
really
that weird?
early.
Is that weird? Like, he doesn't know. He
It's
doesn't
a
know.
little strange, to show. I mean, who's this person from his past?
I've been
Are you
told-
confronting, I don't know exactly how it works, but are you confronting, somebody important?
I think it's like his mom.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. It's weird. It's 6 a.m. It's
That's
really
weird.
early.
Okay.
It's really early.
Do you think he'd be mad at me? Would you be mad at me? Okay, so put yourself in Deville's situation. We're madly in love.
I already am inexperienced in this. Continue.
Okay. Are you saying so you're not in love with me?
Okay, I just mean that I've never had the...
You've never thought about me in a romantic way? Not even once?
You're very attractive. But he kind of smiles, this very cocky smile, and is like, I don't know if I would call those thoughts romantic.
Oh, Dresden.
I'm just learning how to communicate these sorts of things. So.
And you know what? Good job. But I am taken. So we'll have to consult Deville about that.
It's smooth, right, though? I really have been practicing.
If you need help getting with someone, I can be your wingman, Dresden.
It's not on my agenda.
But maybe it should be. Are you stressed?
And listen, until I can get the whole arm covered in eyes thing sorted out.
Hasn't stopped me.
Oh, God.
I mean, who are we to look out for Garrick? He put the eyes on us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have to happen at some point that he would see it. Oh, it's disgusting to think about. Not that, but Garrick watching. Disgusting. Ugh. He says he kind of shakes his whole body out for a second. He's like, oh, God. Listen, back to the point. back to the point, the main point. You, DeVille, I understand you're together. You want to go visit his
Mom.
Okay.
Mother figure.
You must realize that there are several points in which I cannot relate to this situation.
Yeah, I don't know my mom either, Dresden.
Wasn't accusatory, just explanatory. But maybe it's a nice thing, but maybe you should talk to him about it. One of those two things. I feel like it could go either way. Listen, how's everyone doing? We'll start moving soon. I need to figure out if we're taking all of these people or just Charlie.
Hey, Susie! Lisa! Steven!
I'm pretty sound asleep, but if you want me to wake them up, I can.
Yeah, let's wake them up. Let's take all of them.
Okay. Come on. Wait, hold on. He kind of rifles through their bag and is like, it's really lucky that they carry all these manacles on him, as he pulls out some of those chains that they was talking about and starts to just chain one of their hands with it. And then sort of says, we don't want to be conspicuous, but one chain should be fine. Do you know what this does? He says he kind of holds up the chain that's dangling from this guy's hand now.
In what sense?
It suppresses magic. If you got hit by one of these, you wouldn't be able to cast.
Oh, damn. Good thing I didn't get hit.
Yeah, good thing. But having a few on their wrist makes sure that they can't use magic to reach out to somebody. It helps us out a little bit. And they're pretty weak at this point that I'm sure we wouldn't have to use too much force to coerce them. All right, get up, everyone, he says as he starts slapping them awake. Just kind of like tapping them on the side of the face as they're all like, stand up. We're going on a field trip. Okay. Shall we walk?
Shall we?
He smiles as he leads everyone out and he says, everyone act normal. Inconspicuous. Shall we? He makes his way through the streets forward. As you exit the construction site, you are walking down the street with your best buds. Lisa, Susie, Steven, and Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And Dresden leading the pack with you as he walks with you and them in close tow. He looks and he says, I hope you all realize that if you try to do anything funny, he and I can kill you pretty instantly.
Yeah, I tried telling them that and they didn't believe me.
I have reason to believe that he and I are of similar power levels. So, don't fuck with us.
Yeah, period. Susie.
Susie's like, looks down. When was my name decided to be Susie? As they are walking forward with you, he kind of takes a deep breath in. So how have you been? I mean, I feel bad that I haven't actually gone up and approached you all, and I've just kind of been seeing you.
I mean, do you...
I really don't like to use the word stalking, but I realized that about halfway through what I was doing could be tantamount to stalking.
How much did you see?
Not that much. I saw you all leave the restaurant. I saw... Oh. Yes. Interesting piece of information. I was at the restaurant. I don't know if you saw me. I think Ladara saw me, but I don't know if she realized.
Oh.
I was picking up some information, which is leading us to here.
Okay. So how long were you at the restaurant for? Did you see the people who came in after us?
Yes. And I think that's where the problem comes in.
Oh, this problem? I say, pointing to Charlie, Susie, Lisa, and Steven?
Yes. I don't know too much about the situation, but when you left, whoever came after you was pretty upset in terms of whatever was happening.
It wasn't my fault. It's the restaurant's fault.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, it probably was a little bit of both. I feel like you must have done something to make that person angry because they were pointing after you and saying some things in very colorful language.
In and we said we had a reservation, and we sat down at maybe someone else's reservation.
You hear Lisa kind of go, "Oh, that was it. Shit. It was the reservation thing. Thank you. That knocked
That's
it back
it?
into my
He
brain."
sent a fucking hitman after me because I took his reservation?
Yeah, but you stole...
I didn't steal anything. It wasn't
You
yours.
stole a reservation. A reservation is something you make. It takes forever to get a reservation for that place.
Did you guys not get to sit after that?
I mean, I wasn't there. I wasn't invited
why
to
do you
eat
even
with the
care?
boss. Because it's my boss. You took my boss's reservation.
Do you really see, like, do you hear yourself right now? Doesn't that sound a little ridiculous?
Okay.
Like, out of all the things to die for, you almost died.
But
Charlie, I care about you.
But
You can't let someone else push you around like this, bud.
I don't feel like it's pushing, right? I mean, he says we're like a
sent you-
family. We're like a family. We work together, but we're
But
like a
you weren't
family.
invited to dinner? What kind of family?
He said that the reservation he said that there was too few seats, that it was booked. That's why I couldn't come. He said it was booked. I mean, and no one else went. He says he looks around. Susie kind of looks away. You didn't go, right? I didn't. They offered a seat. I just took it. And Charlie says, Wow. You think you know someone?
You see, Charlie, and he sent you on this mission because his dinner was delayed. Susie, did you guys sit down that night? Look me in the eyes, Susie.
Yeah.
You guys sat down, yeah, right?
We sat down. We sat
And
down.
you got to eat dinner. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, nothing was really lost.
Yeah, it's true.
And you guys still got to have that time together, but without Charlie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good dinner. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I had some food there. Did you try the steak?
Boss said that I shouldn't order above a certain price point because he was covering it, and he said like it would be rude.
Oh,
he
so
didn't
he's
say I shouldn't, but he looked at me like, if
Who
I
says
did,
that?
he would be a little upset.
What's your boss's name?
You never heard of the Sniff King, Geronimo Johnson? Listen, don't laugh. Don't laugh. He hates when people laugh. Don't laugh. Don't. He hates when people laugh at his name.
I would never laugh at someone.
I know. You seem like such a trustworthy guy. And I know I shouldn't be saying that because I was trying to beat you up on the street just about 30 minutes ago, but I don't know. You kind of opening my eyes a little bit here. I don't know. Charlie kind of speaks up. It's just like,
What's his actual name?
listen. Yeah, it's not his name. Charlie speaks up and is like, fucking Susie. You think it's Susie, really? What about you? Lisa? Steven? And they kind of like look away. It's like, was I the only one that wasn't there? And they all just kind of like, let's just keep walking, Dresden's standing there the whole time like, huh. Okay.
So I took their reservation, so I guess they are trying to kill me now. But
Yeah,
do you know what snag racing is?
I've spent a good amount of time in this city. And absolutely. Actually, I should look it up. Not look it up. I mean, roll for it to see if he does. Okay.
Dresden pulls out his phone.
I I've heard of it, sure.
Did you know DeVille was a snag racing like champion?
What? as Dresden kind of... sorry.
Azram like pulls the newspaper out of his pocket and shows it to him.
That's him?
Yeah. He doesn't know I know yet. I don't know how to bring it up.
Oh my god. I don't know how. I wouldn't say that he should be embarrassed about this, but that is kind of like a wild thing to just, I guess, snag racing to criminal mastermind pipeline.
Yeah, I guess you gotta have the need for speed somewhere.
Listen, that's useful information, I think.
What have you been up to? So you're here to see the ferryman.
Yes, I am. I don't know who that is exactly.
Are they like men who are fairies, or
Ferryman.
or like ferry as in the boat?
I believe it's fairies in the boat, but it could be the other way around as well.
What if it's like both?
I never put that together. But I will consider it being both, just for a thought. We're meeting with Geronimo Johnson, he says as he kind of smirks and looks back at them, and they're kind of looking back at him. And he is going to hopefully get us in contact with somebody who knows the ferryman. I don't think anyone knows who the actual ferryman is, but here's the business. You want to heal the thing that's going on with our arms. You want to heal this curse that they placed on us.
Mm-hmm.
The only real way that can be done is being seen by a member of the Lunar Quartet. But with the amount of time that would take and the amount of time I know that it takes Garrick to operate, that's not really an option for us. I have sources that believe that there are underground clinics that deal in the same kind of healing as the Lunar Quartet.
That sounds super sketchy, dude.
It's really very sketchy.
I'm down.
Absolutely. I knew you would be, he says as he smiles at you. So, we meet with Geronimo Johnson. We ingratiate ourselves. Another reason why I picked you to come along with me. You are very charismatic, and I believe that will carry us a long way in this negotiation going forward.
Oh, Tristan, you flatter me.
I try my best. He stops in front of a really small, like, hole-in-the-wall store on this street that's just between, like, the Harvest District and this sort of purplish light district, this I believe the Gibbous District, that quarter. As he points you towards a store called Bits and Bobbins, this cute little thrift store. He says, "After you."
I push my way in.
You push your way into a neat and compact little thrift store. Bookshelves stacked with old books and knickknacks and trinkets, and tables littered with even more oddities and abandoned antiques, such like that. And behind the counter is this tiny, like, gnome old lady with these thick glasses who is, like, reading a huge ledger. As you walk in, she says, "Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Take a peek around. Let me know if you need any help."
You're open quite early.
Always open as long as I'm awake, that is.
I look around.
You start to look around as Dresden makes his way up to the counter. And he says, "I'm wondering if you can help me with something." Kind of leans in. We're off downriver Styx to join the ferryman and his merriment. As she kind of... I see. She reaches over to a lamp on her desk. It kind of like screws the light bulb in until it illuminates. And as it does, you see a wall on the left side of the store just kind of slide open. Thank you kindly. He looks up at you. Shall we?
Let us. Where's what's his name? Connor.
Charlie.
Yeah, that one.
Charlie? You're the one who gave him the name, right?
Nope, that's his God-given
That's
name.
his God-given name. Mm-hmm. Charlie and them are all perusing the store. You can see that they've got like antiques held up and they're like, look quite nice, honestly. And they see the door open like, oh shit. And they put it down and they say, folks, if you'd like to make your way down, I know that it's not so easy to make your way to the Witchwood Market.
Witchwood Market?
An interesting part of the nightlife that I've learned about quite recently. As you make your way into this sort of down a set of stone stairs, deep, deep down until you're in this tunnel system. That doesn't smell quite great. Probably connected to some kind of sewer system.
I'm in the sewers again?
Yep, back in the sewers.
Dresden,
I feel like we've been in the sewers together before, right?
multiple times. Why did you... I've been above the sewers for so long.
Oh, come on. You're too good to play around in some sewers?
You want me to throw a little shit at you? I mean...
I would prefer not, but doesn't it bring back memories?
The fondest.
You are all led as Dresden looks to you and says, you wouldn't happen to know how to cast Detect Magic or something along the lines, would you?
You know, Dresden, that's a great question. Let me just think about it deeply. You know, Dresden, I do.
Oh, perfect.
I thought about it. I remembered a night where I just, all of a sudden, you know?
Being a warlock is very fun, isn't it? Mm-hmm. If you'd like to take over a look at this wall as he leads you to the end of this intersection with two different pathways. He kind of directs you to look towards where he's pointing on the wall.
I cast Detect Magic.
How does that look for Azram? Is it anything special? Eyes light up, etc.?
I would say that his eyes are pretty blue, but whenever he casts Detect Magic, they go almost like white, like crystal, the lightest shade of like crystal frosty blue.
Beautiful. You are suddenly seeing this very intense aura of magic that just pervades the city. There's like low-level magic. You look back at your crew and the ones that all have this manacle on, there's like nothing radiating off of them. And Dresden is positively dripping with magic at this point. There's a lot.
What do I look like? Like when I look down at myself?
You yourself are the same as Dresden. There's like a powerful magic aura that radiates off of you alongside Dresden. And Dresden points towards the wall, and where there is just a blank, grimy sewer wall. When you turn your Detect Magic on, you can see that there's like a symbol of like a ferry, like a boat along the way. He says, we follow these. Eventually, they will take us to where we're going to go, and eventually from there, we will have Charlie here connect us with his boss. Does that sound good to you?
Me or Charlie? Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Both of you.
Yeah.
And Charlie looks and says,
Well,
I was going to
pretty
be
much
a little bit more resistant, but after everything I've learned, I've decided to help you both. I want some answers myself.
so. Yeah, and you deserve them.
Yeah, I do. As you make your way further through the sewers. Go ahead and give me a survival check. This is to maintain directions as you're going through here, and will give me a better thought of what it is you may face while you're down here.
Natural 20.
Holy shit.
+1.
+1. Fantastic. You maneuver through these sewers, keeping an eye out for every little symbol that could lead you the correct way with bravado, with clarity. Dresden is very impressed at your navigation through here as he's taking you through. You roll the natural 20, which means that you will not encounter anything bad in these sewers, even though there was a lot lined up for there to be bad stuff down here.
Damn.
So, instead, it gives you a little bit of time for Dresden to ask you some stuff, because he hasn't really checked in. Let me ask. You both walk along for some time, your footsteps echoing, the occasional drip and the skitter of a rat every now and then being the only ambiance down here. You can hear the city streets waking up above you when you pass certain areas, but it takes quite a while. It's quite unpleasant as all of you are walking. Dresden kind of breaks the silence and is like, so how's Ladara doing?
Why do you ask, Dresden? I'm
Not
just kidding. I'm
in
just
any
kidding.
sort of way. I'm just...
Are you sure? I mean, Ladara's pretty attractive.
Yes, and that's besides the point.
Insight.
You go for it.
16 for my girl Ladara.
Wow, on an Asrim insight check. That's pretty good. Dresden has like a slight caught off guard by your implication, and he very quickly hides how much he puts into saying like, yes, but so there's something.
You better act fast, Dresden. You know, she's getting pretty close with my, you know about the whole twin thing, right?
I was going to actually get to that part. Yeah, there's two of you now. What is that about? Is that a simulacrum situation or?
I don't even know what that word means.
Perfect. Okay, so it's not.
So when a man and a woman love each other very much.
No.
Okay.
No, I know about this. We don't need to explain that part.
Okay. Yeah, so sometimes twins can happen.
Okay, no, I know it. Okay.
Yeah, so that is the case with us, is the twins. We're the brothers.
Yeah, how did you find a twin
I don't
yourself?
know.
Have you always
How do
known
we
you've had a
find
twin?
it? Like you act like I went looking for it.
Okay, yeah, that's even more confusing if you weren't looking for your twin and you just happened across one. Like it just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Oh! You remember when we were in what are we from? Siniath. Yeah, remember when we were in Siniath and there was like, I don't know if like how much you were keeping up with like our own personal drama, but there was like some dude that was like following us and like trying to kill me.
There were several, but continue.
Yeah, and like one like confronted us in the street, you know, and he said something about being like the heir of the Tempest. And
ringing more bells.
Yeah, him. Yeah. So then we left, and then like the people kept doing that. So yeah, so that's why this Charlie thing struck a chord, because they came up to me in the street, just like they had done in some hick town we were in, and they were like,
"Oh, I remember the hick town. Oh, yes.
Were you there?
Yes, we were traveling north together. That was when the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shitty guy came
different
in.
hick town actually happened again. In the wild west, but yeah, that guy we're talking about, the one that fucking
tore up the town, destroyed it.
Yeah, pissed everyone off, and you know how they said they looked like me.
Yes,
that was him.
But now you're good.
Yeah, and him and Ladara are really good, so you might need to.
It doesn't. That doesn't really. I'm happy for her if she's.
Yeah.
You know, if she's close with some. I'm not.
You guys just like have a bond that like no one else could really understand, right?
What are you implying?
I've nothing. I'm just.
I'm happy for her. So I mean that, but it does feel kind of sudden, right? I mean, you won't go from destroying a town, and you think they're like,
I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Auda doesn't talk much to anyone, so. But Auda, yeah. That's
Okay. That's fine. I think that sounds great. I mean,
Are you lying to me?
as long as he's a nice guy,
it. Is he lying?
make an insight check. A little deception check. He's a warlock. He's got a pretty good deception.
Natural 20.
Shut the fuck up! I'm coming over there.
Look at that.
Read it and wait, motherfucker.
My God. Now I have to. Now I'm gonna do this because you're. Okay.
Dresden, it's okay.
It is.
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. And you, whenever do you so after the whole fairy thing, do you not want to come hang out with us? We have room for you.
No, I promised Ladara that the next time we see each other was going to be when I was ready to take on Garrick.
But
and so I don't, I'm not ready yet to see them. I'm not ready to see everyone yet.
I think she'll understand. Garrick really did a lot in the last time we're in. It's not going to be an easy feat that you can take on by yourself. It's okay. You can come with us. You can plan with us.
I don't know.
So that we can tell Garrick to go fuck himself, I say as I scream in my arm.
He laughs along with you. He kind of nods. He says, I'll think about it. I just have a lot to think about. And, I don't want to get in, crowd anyone. I know you've got a lively party right now, except for Renair doesn't seem to be doing too well.
Oh, God, horribly.
Oh, my God. I was afraid of that. I actually really like Renair. I hope he turns out all right. But I don't...
I mean, I like Renair too. Okay, sorry. I like Renair too. I love Renair. I don't maybe not love Renair. It's not like that. We really bonded. We're bros now.
That's great.
Bestie bonding.
You love to see it. Honestly.
You love
to see it. You absolutely love to see it. I mean, DeVille and I, we work together, and Renair. I mean, I'd love to get to know him more.
Yeah, you've been missing out on bestie bonding, Dresden.
Yeah,
Who have you even been talking to?
What,
like
bestie bonding?
Yeah, like besties. Like, do you know what a bestie is?
I feel like you're about to tell me.
Like a best friend, a bestie.
Ah, okay, yeah, got it. Understood. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. And I don't know this Auda guy, but he seems nice.
He reminds me a lot of you. I think you guys might get along. As long as he doesn't, it's the whole Ladara thing doesn't get in the...
Why would it get in the way? It's not going to get in the... Why... I don't like what you're implying.
You said it's not going to get in the way, as implying as if there is something.
There is... What?
What?
There's nothing. Mm-hmm. There's nothing, and the nothing is not going to get in the way.
I don't know. Susie, what do you think?
Susie is like... Ooh. That doesn't seem to be... I don't know. Seems a little fishy to me.
That's a little suspicious, right?
That's a little suspicious.
I'll drop it. That's not what we're here for. We're trying to get these fucking eyeballs out of our arm.
It's not what we're here for. We got the eyeballs in our arms. Nothing can happen with anything until the eyeballs are gone.
Yeah, gone.
Yep. So, we'll drop it. There's nothing to drop, but I will drop it.
Mm-hmm. As long as you promise to have a little bit of bestie bonding with us afterwards.
Oh, how I missed my friends' strings of fate, he says as he kind of...
You called us your friends?
Moves his way.
First time ever in my whole life.
Yeah, he walks on ahead. Eventually turning, you can see further down this tunnel, there are the sounds of cheers and laughter and cries and dazzling lights further and further ahead. As Dresden turns to you and turns to your group, says, I think we're coming up on it now. So, ready yourselves.
I'm ready.
Dresden backs up to join you as he kind of looks on ahead, hearing the sounds of excitement and revelry beyond the tunnel. And looks at you, Azram, says, "Ready for this?"
Always ready.
Because I'm going to need that charm once we're in the room with good old Geronimo Johnson.
Oh, I'm full of it.
Perfect. He smiles, gives a wink, and then charges forward. And that's where we'll end this session.